You only sending two? Man, out of here with that. You gonna have to send some more. You gonna have to send some more, buddy. Just seen it. Word, word. Bro, why you sound like a nerdy white boy?
I actually have no clue what you're referring to. When you say that I sound like a nerdy white boy, I have absolutely no clue what you're talking about. I don't think that I sound like a nerdy white boy. If anything, I think that you sound like a nerdy white boy. And when we actually refer to the person as the nerdy white boy, what defines nerdy white boy? Could you please tell me what it means to sound like a nerdy white boy? Because I don't think that's just quite accurate in your depiction.
But like the two was just for me to confirm myself that it definitely works. Okay, cool. Yeah, just send more, bro. Like two is not enough. Send more. You gotta send like at least like not in one day, obviously. Like space it out, but like send at least 20 every couple of hours. Like send 20 every 5 hours, and then in that way you can get 100 because it's 25 hours in a day, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. So if you send 20 every 5 hours, you will get 100. Now, with that being said, let's get into some training. Bro, where do you live? Are you gonna like are you gonna send killers? You gonna send them killers to come drill me? Pause. You gonna send them killers? Don't start yet. I ain't even start. Nothing. What you talking about? What you yapping about, Sven? What you yapping about? He said, bro, where do you live? I live in the UK. I live in the United Kingdom, bro. Did you not know that? Yes, that's why I've got 24 hours in a day, because I live in the United Kingdom, bro. Things run a little bit differently over here on these ends, yeah? You feel me, bro? Anyways, it's time for us to get started with our training today. You heard? You heard? Did you hear me, bruv? It's time for us to get started with training today. No, I'm not from the UK. I'm from Georgia. Why you at Philip? Philip don't know you. Philip don't know you. Why you adding Philip? Philip don't know you. You adding Philip like he know you, bruh. You acting like a fan. You acting like a fan. Philip not even here. Philip not even here. Bro talking to himself. Let's feel it in the chat. Feel it in the chat. Feel it ain't even see your message. You a fan, buddy. You a fan of Fila. You feel a fan. I feel I got fans now. This man a big fan. You feel a fan, bro. Man, Phila don't know you. No, I'm playing. Alright, anyways, let's get serious. Let's lock in. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes of the issue that we must address. And that issue being that you are butt at sales. But that's okay, because that's what we're here to fix. We are here to make you less butt at sales so that you can be more rear end instead of butt. We're here to level you up from butt to rear end. That is our goal today. So, with that being said, let's see if we can make some progress on that goal, and let's get into it. Now, we're gonna go over stuff that we've gone over at least 3 times now. At this point, this is just like a repetition chamber. You come here for your daily repetition of the Book by Duke certified training document, because this document has so much valuable sauce that we need to know it, and we need to be able to, pull from it immediately in practice. Welcome, Gihan. You see Gihan's face right here. This is Gihan's face, like his real life face. This is what Gihan looks like right now. His camera's on. Welcome, Gihan. How are you doing today, Gihan? I hope you are doing well. Yeah, you got connected with Heart Paul. That's good. That's great. That's just gravy. That means that things are going to be flowing very smoothly very shortly. So with that being said, let's get back into the training and look over once more this Book by Duke certified training document. So we've already learned how to find clients. We've already learned how to research their socials and find money on their page. But we're going to go over step 2 again just for extra emphasis, though we do not need to repeat step 1 because if you need to know how, it's right here in the document. And we don't need to have a training on how to find clients. It's right here if you want a reminder of how to do it. And if you don't have this document, let me know and I'll send it to you. Step 2, learn how to research client pages. Now, when we find a potential client, we want to DM them, but we first want to have our own personal research on their page. We don't just want to enter their DMs without a plan in place. So, what do we look for? We look for these key things. Do they have a website? If they have a website, then cool. Does the website actually route connect when you click it? But first of all, before that, if they don't have a website, then cool. They're immediately a qualified prospect. But if they do have a website, then we're also checking for these key things to make sure that they are qualified. So if they have a website, does the website actually route? That just means, does it actually connect to where it's supposed to go once you click it, or does it say error 404 not found? Does it load fast on phone or on mobile? Do you see a phone number or contact form in the first few seconds where you can get into touch with the business? Does it look like it hasn't been updated in years? Are there old fonts, low quality photos, or broken layout? That means that it hasn't been updated in a very long time. Is there a clear message about what they do and who they serve? If not, then that means that they're losing out on customers who come to their site and get confused. Are there Google reviews shown anywhere on the site? If not, then that's bad for, potential customers who might need a little bit more credibility, a little bit more trust, further than what the site itself shows. They're looking for, other people in their situation, other customers just like them, to establish and vouch for the credibility of the website. So they just need a little bit more trust to get pushed past that finish line before they're confident in making the decision to go with that business. So if there are no Google reviews and that trust doesn't get built and that business does not get the sale or the customer. Is the site easy to navigate? Does it have pages that flow? Are there confusing menus? And are there clear next steps on how to book their service? If not, then that's an issue because customers will come to their website and get confused on what to do next, which is obviously terrible for their conversion rate, because if you have a customer who doesn't even know how to get to the checkout button, how can they buy? Is there a lead capture form on the first page? If there is, that's great. That means there's a place for new customers to come and fill their information out so that the business can reach out and get to them when they can. If not, then they need one. Is there an info form, an AI chat assistant, a clear way to book or get a quote? We said that pretty much right here. And more on the AI chat assistant. Is there an AI chat assistant that customers can talk to for help? If not, we will also sell them on that. And the reason that's helpful is because an AI chat assistant makes it so that a customer who comes to the site with some questions about the product or service can very, very easily have all their questions answered right then and there on the site. For example, if I go to Misty's site, the site that we just worked on, boom, pull up Misty's site. As we can see, the site pulls up. You see all these beautiful ladies in their beautiful dresses, and all these dresses pop up, and you could choose any one of these dresses. Now imagine I'm like, I wonder if I can buy a dress. Pause, y'all. I wonder if I can buy a dress that is, extra, extra large. I don't know if they have extra, extra large dresses. I'm around 400 pounds and I'm going to need someone to accommodate me for my extra weight and my extra size. So here, imagine if I was just looking through the site and I was like, I don't see extra, extra large. I don't see extra, extra large. I don't see it. Okay, I'm going to another site where they have extra, extra large. I'm shopping at Wales R Us. No, let me not say that. That's fucked up. But you get what I mean. If I don't see that and I'm not accommodated for that immediately, then I'm likely going to go to another website. Though we have this chat box right here, and so I could just easily navigate to this chat box and say, hey, I wanted to buy a dress for my wedding. I'm getting married. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. I'm getting married. Are there any extra large dresses for my fat butt? Oh, and then and then before it says so this one, before you can start the chat, you have to fill out your information, which is also good because it acts as a lead form. The customer fills out their first name, their last name, and their email address, and it goes directly to Misty so that Misty can reach out to them when there's any email promotions or special updates. But I'm just gonna fill my information out because like she already has it. Gmail.com. Now, not for all sites. This isn't a good idea, but for this one it is. So, boom. Hey, I wanted to buy a dress for my wedding. I'm getting married. Are there any extra large dresses for my fat butt? It didn't respond. Hello? That's a glitch. That's a glitch. We gotta tell Shafay about that. We gotta tell Shafay about that. The bot is broken. That's a problem for Shafay. We'll have to let him know the bot is broken. I'll let him know right now. Actually, no, I won't. Within training, I'll let him know after training. The bot's broken, but pretty much you get the idea. If you're having a question that you need answered immediately, the bot is right here to help you answer all those questions and keep you on the site instead of navigating to another site that you know you can have that question answered. So that is the purpose of the AI chat assistant. And for a thing like that, you can usually expect to get a couple of more customers per month anywhere from 5 to 50, depending on the quality of the bot and the quality of the site itself. But it can definitely offer an exponential increase on return towards the business if implemented properly. So, we typically charge around, I'm not going to tell you how much we charge for this sort of thing, but just know it's not cheap. If the answer to any of these questions is no, then they are a qualified lead and you can DM them. Any of these questions, if any of these key things, if they don't have a website, if their website does not route, if it does not load fast, if it doesn't have a phone number, if it doesn't look like it's been updated in years, if there's no clear message, if there's no Google reviews, if it is not easy to navigate, if there is no lead capture form, and if there is no AI chat assistant that customers can talk to, if any one of these things is not on the site, then they are a qualified lead and we could DM them. So before we DM them, we have to know how can we actually help them. And this step 2 actually leads into step 3 perfectly, because this is how we help them. If they don't have a website, then we help them by making a website. If their website doesn't route properly when you click on it, then we help them by making their website route properly. If their website doesn't load fast on the phone, then we help them by making the website load fast on the phone. Do you see where I'm going with this? When you identify a problem, that then becomes the problem that you are there to solve. So once you've found the problem, you can reach out to these business owners with that in mind and assist them in solving said problem. Now, this is one of the most important skills for any salesperson who is serious about their craft. You must learn how to listen and how to help. Not just try and convince people to give you money, but genuinely make them want to give you money for the help that you are offering and providing. Oftentimes, we feel that the more we talk and try to prove our expertise to the client, the more qualified, impressive, and credible we are to the client. The truth of the matter is they don't care how impressive you are. They just want to know if you can help them. So that's why we have to come to them with a reason. We have to come to them with a reason in mind of the objective for the conversation. Because if we're just, in their DMs bumbling around, just having a quick chat, then eventually they're going to get bored, or they're going to get tired or sick of us and be like, yo, what is this guy? Like, why is he here talking to me? Eventually they're going to ask you, yeah, why are you reaching out? And so when they ask that question, you should have an answer. You should be able to tell them, well, I was actually looking over your website and I saw there was no lead capture form. I was wondering if you had someone working on that or something like that. So you want to genuinely make them want to give you money by helping them by providing them value and offering information and knowledge that they wouldn't have known without you jumping in their DMs. That's what makes them That's what makes them thankful. Like when Gihan sets, his clients are always thanking him. His clients are always saying, "Yo, thank you, Gihan. Thank you, Gihan. Thank you, Gihan," because he offers value. He offers valuable information that the client did not know until he came around and provided that knowledge to them. So it makes them indebted towards him. They praise him, they thank him, and they want to get on a call with me or the closer because they believe that they're going to get more of that knowledge that will help them and in the long run further their business, further their development in their business. So they don't care how impressive you are. They just want to know if you can help them. People are very self-centered. People are very self-centered. If you're impressive but you can't help them, or if you're trying to talk to them but you can't help them, in the end, if they don't think that you can help them, they don't care. If they don't think that you can help them, they don't care. I'll say it again. If they don't think that you can help them, they don't care. So you have to make them believe that you can help them. Now, how do you make them believe that you can help them? Well, the easiest way to do that is by helping them, providing them knowledge, providing them value, providing them knowledgeable like resources to, expand upon and learn about. So if they don't think you can help them, then in their mind, there's no reason for them to talk to you, so they won't care. So we must learn how to actively spot and identify problems, gaps in their business so that we can help them. And then once we identify those problems and gaps within their business, they will pay us for helping them fix those problems. So when we offer genuine value and improve things with our clients, they will want to work with us again and again and again and again and again. Sales is about connections, relationships, and repetition. Because guess what? It's one thing if you're a sales rep that just makes the sale and then you never speak to the client again, then that's cool. But there are also sales reps who make the sale and it's a shitty product and like this product is ass and they never speak to the client again and the client's like, what the fuck, this shit is ass, this shit is garbage. And that's why they come to us saying, I bought a website before and it was pretty bad because the guy just ghosted me or the guy didn't do it right because he didn't actually try and help these people. That's where we're different. We're actually going to try and help and improve the longevity and fucking quality of these people's businesses. So in order to do that, we have to know what we're talking about. And if we can, accomplish that and do all these things correctly, offer genuine value, they will want to work with us over and over and over again and give us more and more money. And now, obviously, it's not all about the money. It's about helping people. Money is just a byproduct of helping people, and now you see why that is, because the more we are able to help them, the more money they will give us, even though it's not about the money, it's about helping people. That's why, because if we can help them, then it is a good relationship. We can help their business grow. It's just good all around. Money is just one of those benefits that I just named. So work on building good relationships. And they'll be able to help you in the future as well. It's not just money. Like it goes further than money. They give you money. They also help you by being someone that you can count on. Like in the future, if you're going through stuff, they also teach you stuff. Like they provide you with knowledge and stuff like that. So it's not just money. It's some money as well as other things. So that's why sales is about building good relationships. So here is how you can get better at finding those potential pitfalls within the business and bring them to an owner in a way that makes them curious enough to want to conduct business with you. You need to ask clarifying questions. You must ask questions based on helping them get more clarity on the situation. There's a form of selling called question-based selling where the entire process is doing nothing but asking business owners questions about their situation. Now, from this, you're able to connect dots and make connections on what's working for the business versus what's not working for the business. Once you get good enough at asking questions, people will trust and want to pay you just from the way that you're able to show them their own mistakes and errors. Because, if you're able to show them their blind spots, it makes them trust you. If you can describe their situation better than they can, they will fully trust and believe you when you say that you have the solution. They will trust you as you guide them towards solving their problems. So you must ask them qualifying and clarifying questions such as what got you into the industry? How long have you wanted to do this? Are you profitable? Are you getting lots of customers, or is it just starting to pick up? Are you nearing your full potential? Do you think you've still got room to grow? What has been the biggest thing holding your business back? Are you running ads? Do you get a lot of customers DMing you? Is it a stressful amount of customers in your inbox, or is the lack of customers stressful? These are good questions to ask to identify problems within the business and get them thinking about their current state of affairs. Now, we're not just asking these questions randomly. In between each question, we're having conversations with the business owner. So, once we've identified the problem within the business, we work on building trust and credibility with the owner in having them believe we're the ones to go to for fixing their problem. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do this. We could do this by showing them proof of how the problem affects their business, showing them proof of how fixing the problem helps their business, showing them testimonials from what other people said after their problem was fixed, showing them how other projects and other things that we've worked on to further develop their trust in us as a company, as well as telling them a projected result as to what is likely to happen once we fix that problem for them. Once we've done all that, they will be 100% ready and interested, at least in hearing us out and what we've got to say. Now, once we've got them interested and ready to hear what we've got to say, then we'll tell them exactly what we're going to do, how for their business, how we're going to do it, the results they'll get from us doing it, and the cost and price of us doing that service or whatever we're offering to them. Whatever we're offering for them. Now, a lot of times they'll say, that's expensive, or ask for a commission-based price, per commission-based project, something like that. Unfortunately for them, we don't do that. It costs money to use the tools necessary, create the product, get the team to work on it, and pay members of the company. So in terms of pricing, we aren't that flexible. But, that's okay because they've got the money to pay. If we let it be known that we aren't going to budge on our price, then they will adjust accordingly. So let's see. Let's see what else we got. We haven't really gone through the script bank all that much. I think it's because it's not really finished. We haven't gone through much through the script bank because it's not finished. I'll show you guys a script that I wrote earlier for Oliver. And I'll also show you a little bit of this marketing outline. So marketing is similar to sales. I'm going to look up the definition of marketing so I don't mess it up, because I think I know it, but I don't want to be wrong. So marketing is the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offers that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. So I guess it's the science and art of exploring, creating, and delivering value to satisfy the needs of a target market at a profit. Basically, in so many words, it's just like there's a product. What's the message behind the product? What's the message behind the product? Who are we targeting with this product? And why are we selling this product? How can this product help people? It's basically the why behind the product, and the who, what, why. Who, what, why behind the product. So and specific to the person that we just worked on, is specific to their website. The person, this is a research template that we created for their website. Now, a research template is pretty much just like a target avatar, which is when you're speaking to, like when you create a marketing outline for a company, you want to have the ideal buyer in mind, because if you know exactly what type of person will buy that product, if you create an avatar for the exact type of person that buys that product, then you know how to speak to that person. So you're supposed to create a target avatar when you launch a new product, and that target avatar is just basically like a fictional person that buys the product, and why they buy the product, what they look like, how old they are they a boy or a girl, are they this, are they that, where do they live, stuff like that, so that we know how to market the product, so that we know how to speak to the audience. So with Misty's, this was our market research and our target avatar for Shop with Misty's. Now, for her site, and you'll be able to see it right here, for her site, we are talking to exclusively women, almost exclusively, ages 28 to 55. You can see on the site how that reflects that. We are talking to women. Now there are two clusters: younger women, late 20s, mid 30s, interested in style and beauty trends. established women, etc., etc. So this is just a bunch of information on what the people who shop at Misty's should look like, so that we have a good idea of how to market to those people. And now it includes things like what are they afraid of, what are they angry about, who are they angry at, top daily frustrations, what are they embarrassed about, and how do their problems make them feel about themselves. So the way we could relate this to what we're doing in DM setting is if we made a marketing outline for people who need websites. If we made a marketing outline, the same thing for people who need websites, we would know exactly how to communicate to them better, because we would know exactly what's going through their mind, such as what they're afraid of, what they're angry at, their frustrations, what are they embarrassed about. Because imagine a client says, it's too much expensive. I mean, it's too expensive. I can't pay that sort of price. And you say, and you just know their whole life. Like you can read their mind, and you're like, well, that Birkin bag you bought last week that was $10,000 wasn't too expensive, was it? And then they'd probably say like, what did you say, or something like that. So basically that's what this is, a marketing outline. It lets you get into their head so that you can speak to them directly and in a way that cuts through the BS and makes it easier for you to make that set. So I'll make one of these for the website people. Anyways, let's get into this script that I made for Oliver, because it's a cold call script, but we could still learn something from it. So let's get into this script that I made from Oliver. And the script says, hey Jimmy, I've got some good news and some bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Well, the bad news is this is a cold call. The good news is I did my homework before I even picked up the phone. Could I take 3 minutes to tell you the reason for this call? They say yes. Okay, thank you so much. So the reason I'm calling is because I was actually looking at your website on my phone, and I believe you guys do great work. But within the site, I've identified a couple of key areas where it's not optimized to convert visitors into customers. That means your business is missing out on these opportunities that if you took advantage of, your business would be able to pull in a couple more customers month to month. You're losing a couple jobs a month simply because your site is leaking traffic. Now, I have a question. Would an extra 10 to 15 customers a month really help your business? If yes, great. If no, oh, okay, why not? Then you move to the objections list, because if they say no to that, then why not? Why is that a no? Why would an extra 10 to 15 customers not help your business? Why not? You want to get more information on why they're saying that, because that sounds like it doesn't sound true. An extra 10 to 15 customers would pretty much help anyone's business, unless they're genuinely like overbooked or something like that. So if they say no to that question, why not? And then move to the objections list, because they're probably going to throw out an objection, like a money objection or something. But if they say yes, okay, great. I'm the scout who finds these leaks, but I'm not the guy who patches them. My lead builder, Duke, is actually the specialist who handles the plumbing on the back end for you guys. He has an attentive and surgical eye for these sorts of things. He will be able to look at a site for 2 minutes and tell you exactly where the customer is hitting the back button instead of calling you up. Can I get you on a 15-minute Google meeting with him tomorrow so he can show you? If yes, okay, great. If no, oh, okay, why? Again, if they disagree, if they say this, and it works that way with pretty much anything. If you guys end up disagreeing on anything, like if you say, can I get you to do this or that? Why is one of the best questions you can ask. You could literally be in a conversation and ask why, like forever. You could literally ask why forever. I went to the store today. Why? Because I wanted to get some food. Why? Because I'm hungry. Why? Because I'm a human. Why? Because I was born by God and placed on this earth. Why? You could literally ask why forever. So if they say, well, I think it's too much money. Oh, okay, I understand that you think it's a lot of money. Could I just ask, why do you think it's a lot of money? Yeah, I think I just don't have enough money right now. Oh, okay, I understand that you think you don't have enough money right now. Could I ask why you think you don't have enough money right now? Yeah, I don't think I have enough money right now because I'm not getting enough customers. Oh, okay, I understand, but aren't we talking about something that's going to make you get more customers? Yeah, I guess. Okay, so I guess with all the information I present to you today, why do you think the reason is you're not getting enough customers? And if you already showed them the problem and already showed them how they're losing customers on their website, then they might even just say like, yeah, maybe because my website's not optimized. They might even say that, like, that's possible, but they probably won't. But you see how you could play it. You could make it go a couple of different ways. But ask why. If you guys ever end up disagreeing, don't just get upset or defensive. Ask why. Ask why. Ask why. Why? Why? You don't have enough money? Why? You don't have enough customers? Why? You don't think a website is a good idea? Why? You got someone else to build the website? Why? Literally, any objection, ask why, so that you can handle it directly. But if they say yes, say, okay, thank you so much. You've been so nice and supportive throughout this entire call, and I thank you for taking the time to hear us out. I'm sure you're a lovely individual. Now, I wrote this script for Oliver, so it's like his voice. I wrote it in his voice. I wrote it with his voice in mind, and this just sounds like something he would say. He would be like, yo, thank you so much. You've been so nice and supportive throughout this entire call. I thank you for taking the time to hear us out. I'm sure you're a lovely individual. Like, he just talks like that. And so, check the calendar slots. This is the booking link to get the client to talk with me. And then you can ask them, okay, are you in the Eastern Standard Time zone? If they are, okay, I'm gonna schedule you on the calendar here for 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Does that work for you? If they're not, okay, what time zone are you in? I'm gonna schedule you at 6 p.m. their time zone. So like if they say, no, I'm not Eastern Standard, I'm actually PST. Okay, I'm gonna schedule in for 6 p.m. PST tomorrow. Does that work for you? And then you just look up what their time zone, like the PST to EST, and then schedule it for that time. If yes, okay, I'm gonna schedule you on our calendar link, so you get the link scheduled in on your calendar. I'm using the word schedule a lot with this. I might change that. So you get the link scheduled on your calendar. What is a good email for you? So to schedule it, you open Calendly, write their name and email on the line. This is for cold calling, which we can't do yet, but we will soon once we have dialers. If no, okay, why not? And then refer to the objection sheet. Okay, I've got you on the calendar for 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock PST. Is that correct? Okay, thank you so much, Jimmy. We'll be in touch. Talk at 6. Bye. And that's just a script that I wrote for Oliver earlier. And let's see. Need to make new resources. I need to make more resources for y'all. I need to make more training documents for y'all. We're starting to run out. We're starting to run out of stuff to go over. What is this? I don't know if I did a training on this, but I'll just write it down, or I'll just like show you guys this. So, this is actually from a question that Oliver asked me a couple of days ago. He said, "You've been learning philosophy for a very long time, and all you're searching for like knowledge and stuff like that. What is your conclusion? What is your conclusion with everything that you found?" And this is kind of different from sales. This is more like life, just like existential, metaphysical, freaking rhetoric. But here's my conclusion, that nothing is true except what you believe. Here's my conclusion of life, pretty much. This is my life philosophy. This is my life thesis. Nothing is true except what you believe. We can argue all day about what's true or what's false, but the truth of the matter is that it's really pointless, because what may be true for me may be false for you. Therefore, it is only logical to infer that we individually create our own meaning. And if that's true, then we create our own lives. And in my life, I'm going to just jump on the task and do it, just like Nike, and just do it like Nike. So I'm going to build, create, and refine. I'm going to stop thinking and just move, and write down the results of your actions so you don't forget. So basically with this, what I'm saying is there's no meaning except for the meaning that we assign things. So if you think that your life is going to be bad, full of sorrow and misery, then you're right. If you think that your life is going to be great, full of abundance, joy, and plenty of opportunities, then you're right. Whatever you focus on becomes true. Whatever you focus your attention on becomes your reality. Because how can you see something that you're not focused on? Like, how can you see all the good things that people are doing for you and all the smiles that people are like. Let's say you're fat. Let's say you're just fat. If you're fat and you're thinking in your mind, yo, I'm fat, everybody probably thinks I'm fat. Every time that someone gives you like a glance, like a sideways glance, or even looks at you kind of funny, that's going to be the first thing that you assume they're thinking. Oh, they probably looked at me that way because I'm fat. That's literally going to be the first thing that you're thinking. But guess what? If that same person had given you a smile or like a wink or something, you wouldn't have said, oh, they're probably doing that because I'm fat. You wouldn't have said that. You would not have said that if because that's what you're focused on. You're focused on the fact that you think that people think you're fat, so you're like bad. But that's because that's what you're focused on. So when you focus on that, it becomes true for you because you're always thinking it. So you subconsciously, inadvertently act in that way. That's why people are like people who are unfunny or like unhappy. No, people who are unfunny, they're always like, oh, I'm so unfunny. I'm like, they're always self-conscious and insecure about their own beingness because that's all they tell themselves. They only tell themselves, oh, I'm not funny. I'm not funny. I'm not funny. And so when they try to tell a joke or make people laugh, they have a weird energy about it. They're like, ha, ha, guys. Like that, but it's because they condition themselves to believe that they are not worthy of being the thing that they secretly desire to be. So if you secretly or even outwardly desire to be rich, don't tell yourself, I'm never going to be rich, because then you're never going to be rich and you're just going to like achieve what you set out to achieve, which is not being rich, by telling yourself, I'm never going to be rich. If you focus on being rich and don't focus on not being rich, then eventually, long enough, after enough time, you will become rich, because you will have sustained your focus on the things that actually matter in becoming rich, and forgotten all of the things that don't matter in not being rich. Because let's say you're learning a lesson in history class and you're paying attention to your phone. Are you learning or are you just on your phone? It's the same thing. Let's say two people go to a history class. One person is paying attention to the teacher and taking notes, and the other person is on their phone scrolling, listening to music. Who is going to learn more about history? Obviously, the person that's listening and taking notes. The person that's on their phone scrolling is not going to learn anything because they're not paying attention. So, pay attention to success. Don't pay attention to fails. The only good a fail serves you is showing you where you need to do better. That's the only purpose of failing, and showing you where you need to do better. That's the only reason failing is good, because it shows you where you need to do better. Outside of that, it doesn't matter. So pay attention to success. Look at other people who are successful and make connections. Draw the dots in your head as to why they're successful. Think about it. Think about, why does this guy have so much money? Well, maybe it's because he does this. Maybe it's because he talks like that. Maybe it's because he knows this guy. Maybe it's because he learned this. Like, why? Why do they have so much money? Because they learned things and they did things differently. Anyone can do anything. So that means you can get rich if you learn how to, which is what I'm trying to do right now. So we're all going to go up. We're all going to go up together. We're all going to, make big money, big bands, big munions. But it takes time, and it takes effort, and it takes learning, and it takes sustained attention and focus on the goal. We all get sidetracked. We're all human. We all fall off every once in a while. But we could fall 8 times as long as we get back up 9. We could fall 10 times as long as we get back up 11. Every time we get back up, we prove it to ourselves that this is the reality and goal that we have set out to achieve, and nothing is going to stop us or deter us from achieving that goal. So don't ever give up. Continue moving forward. Try not to fall off the path, and let's get this freaking money, man. With that being said, I think that's going to be it. That's a good end for today's training. Bit of a short one today. A lot of it was a Wales RS. Congratulations, getting fatty, bro. But yeah, that's a good end for today's training. Zoom in, bro. What you need me to zoom in on? Was he talking about the website? He talking about the chat. Heck nah. You're not catching me with that one. You're not catching me with that one, buddy. But anyways, good training, y'all. Hope we all learned a good amount of things. Got some new information, got some new mindset, got some new ways of thinking, ways of selling, all that good stuff. That's what we're here for. We're here to be successful. We're here to be successful and nothing less. Okay? Okay. All right, cool. Then we gonna do it. Bet. All right, peace out, y'all. I'm about to go eat some food or something. Go be fat. With that being said, I hope y'all have an amazing day. And yeah, that's about it. All right, bye.